Demand increases more than supply, prices stay steady, and we're even seeing multiple offers. This week on Market Watch. What's up, everyone? Welcome to this episode of Market Watch for the week of May 2nd through the 8th. I'm your host, Jason Zwolak of the Zwolak Group with First Team and Christie's International Real Estate, coming to you as always from Irvine here in Orange County, California. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and are starting the week out right. For those of you tuning in for the first time, each week I break down the Orange County and Irvine housing markets as a whole, and then I break the Irvine housing market up into 3 separate subsections. If you do like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell so you're notified every time I post. A new video is posted every single week. If you remember, last week we saw demand increase week over week for the first time since mid-March. I was really excited to see the numbers this week to see if that was going to be a trend that was going to continue, and it did. We did see demand continue to increase. The surprising thing was demand, the number of homes that are in escrow right now, actually outpaced our supply, the number of homes that are on the market. So what does that mean? We saw more homes go into escrow under contract than come on the market last week. Really surprising. Really good news. This may be us turning the corner. I don't want to get too excited about it, but I think this is really good news. We're seeing these things happen, and it's great for the market, and really it's going to be great for the economy if we can get this thing turned around. So what else did we see last week? We saw prices stay pretty strong. Our list to sold ratios are pretty solid. We'll see those in the numbers when I break them down in Orange County and Irvine. And we actually saw multiple offers in some cases. Mentioned last week, we were in multiple offers on a recent listing of ours. Another buyer of ours actually submitted an offer, was in a multiple offer situation, got his offer accepted, which is great news. So we are seeing these multiple offer situations out there right now still, even though we're in this stay-at-home order. I want to jump right in and take a look at these numbers and get these out to you. So as always, we start off with Orange County, and we're going to take a look at what happened in the county as a whole last week. Let's check it out. So in Orange County last week, we saw 267 homes sell. It's actually down pretty significantly. It's down about 67 homes from the week before. Average days on market was 33, which is about the same as last week. We saw 35 last week. The number of homes that are currently on the market is 4,816. That's up about 2% from last week. Last week we had 4,718. And that 4,718 was up 4% from the week before. So we didn't see as much of an increase this week compared to last week, which is interesting. So, but when we look at that is our supply. When we look at our demand jumped from 1,815 homes last week to 2,028 homes this week. That's an 11.7% jump, and that's 213 homes. So 213 homes went into escrow, and an additional 98 homes came on the market. Very interesting that our demand last week outpaced our supply. That has not happened in a very long time. So we're very excited to see that. Our average list price was $979,408. The average sale price, $946,561. For a list to sold average of 96.6%. So that did drop slightly. It dropped about 0.5%, about 0.6%. So we have seen over the last couple of weeks, our list to sold ratios are slowly coming down. So buyers are taking advantage of the current situation, but sellers aren't doing a fire sale. They're not dropping 10, 15%. Like, we're still 3.4% off of list price, which is still pretty solid. So very interesting what these numbers showed us, right? We actually saw, like I said, demand outpace supply for the first time in a long time. Very good news, especially for our sellers out there. But the nice thing is that we're seeing buyers get out there in the market, and they are taking advantage of historic low rates. And they're really taking advantage of this market right now and getting their offers accepted and making that move that they may have been looking for a while. So very good news in Orange County. So now we're going to take a look at Irvine, see if there's any changes, any similarities, see what happened in Irvine last week. Let's check it out. So in Irvine last week, we had 24 homes sell, which is actually up from 21 the week before. Average days on market for the homes that sold was 42. The number of current homes on the market is 606. That is up from 588 last week. So we saw a 2% increase, a 3% increase in inventory from last week to this week. So we saw an extra 18 homes come on the market. The number of homes in escrow was 169. That is up 15 homes from last week. So we saw a 10.4% jump in the number of homes in escrow. So quite a big jump there. Almost outpaced our inventory here in Irvine. It was off by about 3 homes. Average days on market for the homes that are currently listed is 66. We actually saw quite a high list and average sale price last week. The average list price was just over $1.6 million. The average sale price, $1,531,995 for a list to sold average of 95.3%. So again, we did see that list to sold average dip down. Some of these homes that are selling in the luxury, they're dropping their prices a little bit. And the higher the price point is right now, we're really seeing a smaller buyer pool, right? So anything, and you're going to see this when we talk about the next, the categories here in Irvine. The first time home buyer category, which is anything under $750, is hot right now. So homes are flying off the market. They're really doing well. With the luxury, they're not moving as quick. So as I do every week, now I'm going to break it down into those categories so we can really dive in a little bit more into the Irvine market. So the first category is anything under $750,000, and that is our first-time home buyer category. So let's check it out. So in our first-time home buyer category, we saw 5 homes sell this week versus 6 last week, so pretty much the same. Average days on market for the home sold was 32. The current active inventory is 155, with the average days on market of 49 days for those. That is actually down slightly from last week. Last week there was 157 homes on the market, so we saw a little dip in our inventory, our supply this week. The number of homes in escrow jumped 38%. They jumped from 39 homes last week to 54 homes this week. So if you look at this and we look at these numbers, we had 15 more homes go into escrow this week. Actually had 2 less homes on the supply. So it was a net of 17 homes in that market, in that first-time home buyer market. It's hot. It's on fire right now. If you're looking to sell in that area, I wouldn't wait. You can still get some action on that. You can still get multiple offers. We're seeing that happen right now. And you still might be able to get that top dollar that you're looking for. So that's what's happening in the first-time home buyer market. Now we're going to switch gears, look at the step-up market, anything between $750,000 and $1.25 million. Let's check it out. In our step-up category, we saw 14 homes sell, up from 10 last week. The average days on market for those homes was 32. The current active inventory in this category, 249 homes versus 231 last week. The average days on market, 56 for those active homes, up slightly from last week. And the number of homes that are currently in escrow, 76, down 1 from last week at 77. We didn't see much of a difference there when we look at homes going into escrow, and we did see a jump in the inventory. So a little bit different when you look at this step-up category, and this is why I like breaking these categories down, because there are these markets within a market. We can't just look at Irvine as a whole and say, oh, this is what's happening. We have to break down these markets so you can see what's happening within your individual price point. And this is a perfect example. In our first-time home buyer market, inventory dropped slightly. Demand rose significantly. In the step-up market, supply went up quite a bit, 15 homes. Demand dropped by 1 home. Different markets within the Irvine market, right? And that's why I do this, so that you know what is going on. So now that we've looked at first-time home buyer, we've looked at step-up, now we're going to take a look at the luxury side. This is anything over $1.25 million. So let's check it out. So in the luxury side, we saw a lot of similarities from last week. There's not many changes at all. We saw 5 homes sell, same as last week. Average days on market was 78 days for those homes that sold. The current active inventory is 201 homes. We are up 1 home from last week where we had 200. So there's not many homes coming on the market right now in the luxury side. We saw the average days on market for those 201 active homes is 92. Versus 92 last week, same there. And the number of homes currently in escrow is 39. That is up 2 from last week where it was 37. So we've got 3 markets that we look at inside Irvine. All 3 markets are different. You've got one that kind of stayed status quo, and that was the luxury side. You've got the step-up market that supply went up, demand went down, albeit slightly, but it did go down. And then in the first-time homebuyer market, it was a reverse. You had demand go up significantly and supply go down slightly. 3 different markets, all within Irvine. It's really important to dive into these numbers and look at these. So again, if you have any questions about this, please let us know. You can reach out to us anytime that you'd like. If there's another city that you want us to look into for you, please let us know, and I'll be happy to dive in and look at those numbers for you personally. Now that we've looked at the markets, I always take some time to look at the interest rates. Thanks again to Patty Carpenter for supplying these. She's our lending partner. She's amazing, and she always gets these rates over to me so that I can get them out to you guys. So let's check them out. So the mortgage rates as of May 11th, so it's as of today, conforming 15-year fixed, 2.875%. Conforming 30-year fixed is 3.25%. Conforming 7/1 ARM, 4.250%. Jumbo 15-year fixed, 3.29%. Jumbo 30-year fixed, 3.6%. And I do want to make a little note on these numbers. These numbers I actually pulled from bankrate.com for the Jumbo 15-year and the Jumbo 30-year fixed. And the reason I did that is there's some lenders just aren't involved in the jumbos right now, and Patty, unfortunately, they don't have that rate at this time. They are doing the Jumbo 7/1 ARM, which is at 4.125%, but I wanted to pull those off. If there are some lenders that are doing it, but I just wanted to kind of throw that caveat in there about this, those specific, the Jumbo 15-year and the Jumbo 30-year. The FHA 30-year fixed is 3.625%, and for our veterans out there, our VA 30-year fixed 3.25%. So that's what's happening this week in the real estate world here in Orange County and Irvine. Again, we're keeping our finger on this pulse every single week. We're looking at these numbers. We're diving in to see if these are trends that are going to continue. I'm really interested to see what happens next week. Are we going to see demand continue to increase as we move towards the summer, as we move deeper into the phase 2 and towards phase 3 of the reopening? How is that going to affect things? Only time will tell, but as always, if you do have any questions, please reach out. We are here to help. If you do like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell so you're notified every time I post. If you have any questions, make sure you call us, shoot us a text, send us an email. Just get in touch with us. We are here to help in any way that we possibly can. I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your week. And until next week, take care, everybody.